12.
Hi, tis I'm Katie. If you know that, it's probably because I either know you in real life or because you are a part of this channel, and if not, it's probably because you clicked on this video before reading the title, before reading the channel description. And I support that. So if you haven't already known yet, I've been asking questions for a Q&A video on everywhere, and I've got a couple. I've got one from Instagram, one from YouTube, and a whole bunch on WhatsApp. And a whole bunch of them are dedicated to all to one person. So there's like 58 questions. Can I get this all done before my battery runs out or before 15 minutes? Probably not. But I'm gonna try our best. So let's get right into it. First question is from Instagram, and it's about updates. How is your mental health? Any new interests? My mental health is shocking. It does not feel good. And that's not necessarily because of university, it's just because of everything we go through at home and that sort of thing. New interests. I feel like I've mentioned this a couple of times, but one of my new special interests is a-ha. It's a band from the 80s and I'm obsessed with them. I know a lot of stuff about them. So if you hear shouting in the background, that's my younger sisters. So yeah. Next question from WhatsApp. How was it making friends? What are the lecturers like? How is it different from high school? How is it making friends? It's okay. I made a group of friends in the beginning of the year, and today I'm only friends with two of them. Only friends with two of them because it's shocking what happened. That's a story for another time. I don't even know if I'm gonna say anything about it or make a video about it, but that would be interesting if you are interested. The lecturers are all really funny. There's no other way to describe it, but every lesson is so cool because of how funny they are, and us as the students are allowed to like interact with them and make jokes with them, and that's what we're constantly doing. So I really enjoy being in class. How is it different to high school? I'd say it's quite different because I'm allowed to, like, now if I don't understand something or I want something to be told to me differently, I'm allowed to go there and I'm allowed to suggest a different way. But also it's different because we're constantly doing things for photography and that sort of thing that are going to help us in the future, and we get to go out and do these kind of things, whereas in school it's just like sit down, study, and the course I'm doing you don't have to study for, but you do have a portfolio project, so that's nice. Rather that than studying, I say. Next question is from WhatsApp as well. How do you survive? I'm barely surviving. I don't think I am surviving, but I'm here. I think the main thing that keeps me going is definitely music. So if you're struggling right now, music. Find any music at all, just keep listening to that. Next question, WhatsApp. What's been the biggest challenge with the course you are studying? Probably the people, because sometimes we don't get along or somebody just doesn't do the thing that you tell them to do, and it's irritating. Especially the guy who asked me this question, like when he moves the camera stand and then it's completely out of focus. And it's also the people because of the whole thing that happened in the beginning of the year. Like, if you want to be my friend, be my friend. And if you don't approach me. But yeah, good. Next question is also from WhatsApp. It's, how was your first year at uni? Is it different to school? Yeah, I did explain how it's different to school. And my first year at uni, it's kind of like my only year, but say for the most part I've enjoyed it really well. Like, I kind of look forward more to being there than what I am at being at home at the moment. I just love how funny my class is. Like, if anything, they keep me going right now. So I love you guys. I love you so much. WhatsApp. What's your favorite and least favorite thing about university so far? Favorite thing, I'd have to say the jokes that we make with each other, because it helps with interaction and it helps you ease into the day. And my least favorite thing about university, probably the people. It's always going to be people. I have such a hard time with people, and right now it feels a bit easier, but there are some times when people are just not working. For whatever reason it might be. Either you ask me a question and you just ignored me, and you ask me again, or you move the camera stand and you completely mess up the shots, or you're just a horrible person in general. It's like, and they always come to me, the horrible people. I don't know why. They just make things so much harder for me. But yeah, got a couple questions from one person. What is one thing you've done that you never told anyone? Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I think I've at least told my mom everything, but I'd say one thing that barely anyone knows is that one time in Holy Rosary, I was walking with a couple people. In Holy Rosary, what they used to do was that you'd have like cupcakes or something you'd bring to school. And there was a girl, maybe I shouldn't name names, I won't name names, but she was a horrible person and pretty much everyone disliked her because of how horrible she was to everyone. But we were walking and one of the cupcakes fell and I picked it up and I'm like, oh damn, what do I do with this now? And this one girl was like, why didn't you give it to her? So yeah, I did, and she never knew, and she was so happy about it. And like, I want to say I feel terrible about it, but I don't. She was a terrible person, so anyway. If you could swap lives with anyone for a day, who would it be and why? Either Amy Lee, because I love what she does and I just want to see what it's like being her, but I do know more about that stuff. Otherwise, I'd say Elizabeth Olsen. She's like my favorite actress and I'd really like to know what goes on in her mind, what she does every day, what it was like being Wanda Maximoff. My favorite character as well. What's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you during a public event? Let me think for a second. There was one in my mind the other day. The other one that comes to mind now is when I was 2 weeks after I turned 18. Like I've been trying to find someone to date for a while, but we were at that's probably another embarrassing moment I just had right now. But we were at Bailey's, which is like a nightclub kind of thing, and we were listening to Crash Car Burn, and that was really cool. But while we were there was like this guy that was walking up and down kind of thing. I was like, oh, he's kind of okay. And there was this exact moment where he walked past me and these other two people who were there, and the one guy turns to me and he goes, Caitlin, checking him out, are we? And I was like, shut up, man! No, I'm not! But yeah, I'd say that was pretty embarrassing. I didn't do it, but if you had to delete all but 3 apps from your phone, which ones would you keep? I would keep WhatsApp for communication, YouTube because I post on there and like I can't live without my videos, guys. I have to post and I have to see what people are doing. And the third one would be Spotify because I cannot give up music. I don't know what I would do if music didn't exist. I would probably die. So that's lovely. Who was your first real crush and how did you meet them? Surprisingly, all of my crushes are actually met through church. But my first one, my first real crush was when I was 13, and his name was Ryan, so I highly doubt he's watching this video, so that's fine. But he was my first real crush, and then he stopped going to my church, and it's fine now. I'm fine. What's a dream you've had that you still think about to this day? I really want to be a YouTuber. No, that's not the type of thing that we're asking. Hang on. One dream that I still think about to this day. I think it's probably this one dream that I had. It was a nightmare actually, but basically I was in church and then all of a sudden there was a mass shooting, and the thing was that there were really barely any people. There was my dad, there was me, and there were a whole bunch of kids, and my 2 younger sisters were in there. The thing was, like, with these shooters and that kind of thing, they were trying to kill people, but that's the one thing I still think about. It traumatized me a lot. But yeah. If you could change one decision from your past, what would it be? Going to Holy Rosary. That place gave me depression, I got anxiety, I got OCD, I did not have a good time. Or basically the only thing that happened there, I was bullied. I did not have a good time, so I'd probably change that decision. Maybe go somewhere else. Now, these questions are all from this one person, but I'm thankful. What's your morning routine? Wake up, make up bed, get dressed, eat breakfast, brush hair and teeth. Actually, I brush my hair before breakfast, so yeah. And in that exact order. How do you stay organized? I hate clutter, so it's just something that I naturally do. I have a place for everything, and everything usually stays within that place. If not, I'll find a better place for it. But sometimes it irritates me when I still think that things are not so good looking. What are your hobbies? My hobbies are reading, writing, listening to music, sometimes making music. I have made a couple things, but I'm not confident enough to share that, and I have to like make them into full songs, so there's other instruments that have to come into it. I'll keep my printer. But yeah, those are my main hobbies. Also gaming, but I haven't done that in quite a while. Don't know why, but I haven't. What are your favorite books, movies, and TV shows? I feel like I got a similar question to this, which I'll see if I find just now. My favorite book series is Trials of Apollo, and my favorite singular book is The Short Second Life of Britannia. My favorite movies in this order are Avengers Age of Ultron, Empire Records, and then I think Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe one of them, yeah. And my favorite TV shows are WandaVision and Elementary. How do you handle stress? I don't. I just try to push through it basically, and I don't think it's helping very much, so don't ask me how to handle stress, but I'd say just get through as much as what you can. Only way you can do it, only way to get it done. Even if you still have stress, just get it done. What's your self-care routine? Listening to music and also being around my dogs, but mostly listening to music. Always helps. What's your favorite travel destination? PE, that's where most of my family members live, and also it's beautiful at the beach, all that sort of thing, even though people who live in PE hate it. But I'd say it's probably also a PE because that's the one place I go to the most, so when I go on holiday, yeah. What's your personal style? My personal style is rock and comfort because I usually never dress up. I do have a few things that I like to wear if I'm trying to be fancy, but I'm always comfortable, so. University life questions, also from the same person. What's your major and why did you choose it? I don't really think it's a major. It's just a whole bunch of subjects that fall under this one category. I chose video and photography, and I chose it because one, I wanted to use it to make my channel grow and that sort of thing because I'm interested in it. The second reason is actually because my dad suggested I do it. It's a 1-year course, and I was thinking of doing game design first, and then my dad was like, it's only a year long, so rather start with this, and it's more up your alley than what that is. And I'm glad I did, because this year is the last year for this course, and it irritates me so much. It's like, why would you decide to cancel it? There's a whole bunch of stuff that I could probably get my class can tell you, but yeah, it's just irritating. How do you balance academics and social life? Easy, I don't have a social life. Okay, that's not necessarily true. I'm actually doing a lot better in university than when I was in school, but I'd say I don't hang out with my friends a lot, so I'm at home doing my college stuff, and a lot of my college stuff I end up using in my videos, so well, the stuff I use in my videos I use in my college stuff, so it's sort of balances itself out. Yeah. What's your favorite course / professor? It is one course. My favorite class though, I actually have no idea. Last semester I probably would have said Rudy's class, which was applied photography, because we were taking photos and stuff like that, and it wasn't as hardcore as what Haze's subjects were. This semester I'm not too sure, because two of the classes we combine together every lesson, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint one thing. And my favorite professor would probably have to be Hazer, because Hazer is the one I see all the time. This semester he's doing 3 out of 4 classes, so that's lovely. Hazer, all the way. Shame, I love him, but it's sometimes it's just we miss each other a little bit, and he doesn't understand what I'm saying, and I don't understand what he's saying. But he's, like I said, all my professors are funny. They're all fantastic, so love them all. How do you study effectively? Thank goodness I did not choose a studying course, because I sucked at studying. But what I used to do when I was in school was that I'd have background music, and then I kind of center my mind more on what I'm doing, and then the noise outside would transition into my work, and then I'd be able to work according to what I'm listening to. So I'd fixate on writing the rhythm kind of thing, and it'd stick better. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm making this up. I don't know. What are your university goals? Pass. Well, get a degree, get a certificate at the next year. Yeah. Not kill anyone. What's the most challenging parts of university life? The most challenging part, the people, because people are unpredictable. How do you manage time zones / learning, distance learning? It's more in school now, so I don't have too much of a problem with that, but managing it, I'd say when you come home, take at least an hour's break after being in class, and then get to work on what you have to do, and also try and find things in your everyday life that you can use the skills in. What's your favorite campus activity / organization? I am not part of any. I don't think Vega does that, but if I were, I probably would have chosen something with animal safety, like going volunteering in an SPCA, or either something music related. So somewhere between those two, maybe, if they had. How do you deal with exams / assessment stress? I kind of still get the same stress that I did when I was writing exams in school, when I do portfolio projects and stuff like that in the beginning of every semester. And the main thing I do is that I try to like stop my heart from like getting too overwhelmed, breathe in, breathe out, and then when I go and do the thing, I focus on what that thing is doing, and then when I finish, I'm like, my mind's everywhere, I'm thinking about everything, stuff like that. And I think for the most part, when I did this stuff, there was music playing in my head as well, so like if you think of like a song or like a soundtrack or something, try and think about that in the back of your head, because when you're around music, you generally tend to calm down. Unless the music sucks, then you will get very aggravated. Like try and think of like music in the back of your head. I think that helps. I'm not 100% sure, but you can definitely try it and then let me know if it works. Otherwise, I'm just not giving you good advice. What advice would you give to freshmen? College at least is very different from university. You're more in your zone than what you are anywhere else. So trust your gut. Your gut tends to be right. So always trust that, even if other people don't exactly agree with you. But yeah. Next set is life. How do you navigate relationships / dating? Honestly, I don't. I'm trying to find someone to date right now. But like the thing is, other people have wanted to date me, but for very serious reasons, I chose not to do it, because otherwise I would have ended up in a position where I probably would have gotten used or something bad would have happened. So but I'm trying to find someone who is the right person for me, the right guy for me. I'm straight, because I know someone's gonna ask that question. But friendship-wise, I try to keep close contact with them through WhatsApp and messaging and all that. This video is not at all going to be 15 minutes, is it? No, it's going to be a long video. I feel so sorry for you guys watching. What's your take on feminism, can't say it properly, / women empowerment? I'm all for it if it's healthy, but then you get some things where in movies they're like trying to show women are stronger than what they actually are, and then you get people outside who actually believe the movies, and a lot of males now tend to actually beat up women because they think that they are as strong as men, whereas like when that wasn't so much a thing, they would like beat up a woman, but like because they think women can take what men can handle, it just gets worse. But also for women's empowerment, I do want to say that although I'm a strong woman, I don't want to be doing every single guy job's doing. Like, I'm not supposed to be the one holding up the guy if I'm in a relationship, or speaking on the guy's behalf. Like, if you have a thing and you wanted to say it, just say it. Don't chicken out. Don't, like, women being strong is great, but men getting weaker is not a good thing. I don't know how else to express it, but like, I just don't want to end up having to do your job for you as well as my own, if you know what I'm saying. How do you handle peer pressure / social expectations? I can barely do this. Peer pressure I've never really had a problem with, because in my mind and in my heart I know what's right, so I'll stick to what's right rather than what the group's doing. It's just lovely. But social expectations, I tend not to fall on them because I just can't. There's something in my brain that tells me I can't do it. I just can't do it. Like, there's a lot more behind that, but that's for another time when I'm more confident sharing it. What's your experience with mental health? Disgusting. I don't have it. It's like, that's very bad. I tend to go between stages of like being really, really horrible and feeling like I don't want to be here on earth sometimes, to feeling like, okay, I'm not drowning, like I'm okay, like that sort of thing. And it's not a good way to live. I don't know how to fix it either, so if anyone has any tips for me, please let me know. How do you prioritize self-love / self-acceptance? I usually do this through listening to music that I like when I'm alone. And I do this, and when I'm feeling down or something like that, I'll write like maybe a poem or something, or just write up my feelings on a piece of paper, fold it up and hide it somewhere that no one else can see. And if you have ever been a person who has read one of those poems or has seen one of those things, that means I really trust you and I love you, so please don't hurt me. But that's how I tend to do that. For self-acceptance, just if you know what's right in yourself, you know it. And you don't have to listen to anyone else, and you don't have to feel like you have to listen to anyone else, because no one else, literally no one else, not your parents, not your sisters, are ever going to have the same views as you, and it's okay to be yourself. Because what you are, it's cool, you're wrong. Unless you're a serial killer or like a bad person, then it's not, then you should change. What's your favorite way to spend a weekend? Music, YouTube, reading, although I've done a lot less reading this year than what I have any other year, probably because I've been more self-absorbed in my college and that sort of thing. But yeah, I also kind of like not being at home. I don't care where we go, like if it's out to eat or if we're at your shopping mall, like I just don't want to be at home right now. No other way to say it. How do you manage finances / independence? I also feel like I barely do, but finances, like I try to save as much money as possible. So far, the only expenses I've done this month are 40 Rand on CDs, but I'm trying to like hold back on what I don't need and that sort of thing. So just like keep in mind, like I need this money. Independence, I have always been fairly independent, so I'll always go off and do my own thing. I'll walk around, do that sort of thing. So yeah, I feel like I'm understanding independence differently from you. So if I am, I'm sorry. What's the most important lesson you've learned? There's two. In terms of Bible studies, what you believe is right and what for yourself and what Jesus believes is right are two different things. Most of the time it is. Unless it's connected together, like I'm doing this because it's me and because I've learned from the Bible this is the right thing to do, then it's not the same thing. It might be okay, or it might be seriously harmful, and if it is, you need to change that. And that might be unfortunate to some people, but honestly it's true. You can't, there's no two ways about it. And I'd say the most important life lesson for life. How do you deal with body image / self-esteem issues? Body image, I feel like I'm mostly okay on. Sometimes I feel like my body's really weird and I just have to remind myself everyone's different, everyone looks strange at one point. And self-esteem, I'd have to say, again, music. Music helps me through everything. So when I struggle with self-esteem, then I go and listen to songs that make me feel better about myself, or I'll write about something about how like I should accept myself kind of thing, and that I don't have to do anything anyone else expects me to do. I don't have to wear makeup, which I don't. I don't have to dress fancy or anything like that just because other people say so. What advice would you give to your younger self? People are not gonna understand you now, and the people who are bullying you now because of it don't mean anything. There's gonna be a lot more people thanking you for what you do and how you are now than those that are bullying you right now, and will get better slightly. Career and future. What are your career aspirations? My career aspirations are to work for YouTube one day. That's about it. How do you plan to achieve your goals? Kind of like just by pushing myself and being my true self. That's how I usually get it. What's your dream job? Work for YouTube. How do you network / build professional relationships? I probably just want to work by myself, so I wouldn't necessarily have to because I'm terrible with people. What skills do you think are essential for success? Creativity and your sense of what's right and what's wrong. Those are the two most important things. Otherwise, nothing's gonna work. How do you stay motivated / inspired? Music. Also, I tend to stay inspired slash motivated by coming up with new ways on how to do things, and like watching YouTube, like Draw My Lives basically. Those always inspire me. Yeah. What's your 5-year plan? I don't think I have one. Basically, just find someone to date, get YouTube going, and try to do everything to the best of my ability. How do you balance work-life balance? I barely have a work life, but what I'm doing currently is that I go to university 3 days of the week this semester, and then the other 2 I will work for my dad. So that's basically how I work it out. What's the biggest risk you've taken? The biggest risk I've ever taken was probably trying to think. Biggest risk I've ever taken. It's probably that time I slapped someone in Goderich City. Also a whole story time behind that, but if you want to hear it, let me know in the comments. But there was a guy harassing us girls, and I took the initiative to try and get rid of him, so I slapped him on the wrist, and it actually worked. He did run away, and because we were immortal, it stings more, so that really made him run away. Next question is from YouTube, from a different person. Where's your sparkle at these days? Oh, well, thank you. I love you too, Marius. But my sparkle is probably in the creativity and the things I do that are unique and that sort of thing. How I make my videos and the things I enjoy and that sort of thing, that's my kind of sparkle. I like to bring what I like to other people, and they tend to enjoy what I say about it. And yeah, but my sparkle is definitely with me and the stuff I'm interested in and how I use that in my everyday life. Next question. Yeah. Okay, this one's a bit different. Okay, this one, technically I haven't done this one, but what are your favorite songs? My favorite songs in this order are probably How Soon Is Now by Love Spit Love, Going Under by Evanescence, and a tie between The Sun Always Shines on TV and You Tell Me. Both are by a-ha, and I still can't choose which one's my favorite out of the 2. Probably The Sun Always Shines on TV. And my last question, I think, is Hi, I missed you so much. We need to make plans. But what are your future plans and goals? What future plans and goals do you have for your channel? My future plans and goals is to make, eventually when I get enough subscribers, a Draw My Life video and start some story times, do some reaction videos, that sort of thing. So those are future plans. And my goals are to start working with YouTube, because that is such a thing I want to do. That is the one thing that I want to do with my life. Become successful on YouTube, go to VidCon and that sort of thing. Because I want to meet all the people I've impacted, and I want to meet you guys, and I want to see what you guys think of me, and I just think the whole interaction thing's great. And I would love to talk to some YouTubers myself, because they've inspired me, and I want to kind of like inspire them as well, but also get a chance to talk to them, because I want them to know how much they mean to me, and I want to meet you guys so that I know how much I mean to you and what I can do to make things even better. So yeah, that's everything. Okay, those are all the questions. I'm probably going to have to edit quite a lot of the one persons out, because it's already been recording for 30 minutes, so that's going to be fun to edit. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If there are any other questions you'd like me to ask, feel free to put them in the comments and I will comment to them. But the last thing I want to say is just, I've been seeing my views and everything like that, and it's been a lot more than usual, and I want to say I love you guys so much. You guys mean the world to me, and I hope that if there's anything that you feel I could do differently, I could do better, or you want me to stop doing, just let me know on any video anyway. And I want to thank you guys so much for everything you've been doing for me. You guys are keeping me going right now, and yeah, I love you all so much. So yeah, have a good day further. I am going to go get some food because I am starving, and I'm also gonna start a project that I should have started 2 days ago, and it's due on Thursday or Friday. I can't remember which one. I need to start it. Yeah. thank you guys so much. Again, one last time, just thank you in general. I love you guys. And yeah,